No. Actually?
Oh gosh.
How'd you discover it? That's hilarious. I feel that. And you know what's great about it? I don't know if you know this, but we put almost all of it now into 432 hertz, which makes it more peaceful.
Just for sheer vibes.
It's more
Relaxing.
calming for the nervous system and for anxiety.
Dreaming, nostalgic.
Sometimes it will, but lately we've just been doing them all at 432 pretty much. So now we don't even put it in the titles, and you just have to, if you sit down at a piano, try to find the key, and then you'll know. It's frustrating because it's like the key is now in between the keys of a piano. It's like Jacob Collier. He uses microtones.
We gotta do equal temperament next.
Wait, what is that?
Equal temperament.
Yeah, what is that?
Have you ever heard that? Like a piano is actually not fully in tune.
Yes, I have heard that.
It's designed so you can play in any key.
Jacob gets into that quite a bit. Yeah,
I think the third in the chord, like if you're in C, the third is like slightly sharp or flat.
Interesting.
But it's equal temperament so that you can play the piano in any key. What is the other one?
Focus on your own instrument. You're a guitar player.
Okay, whatever.
Stay away from my instrument.
Whatever.
This guy.
You should know that. You should know equal temperament.
Why don't you mind your own business?
Temperament. I'll teach you. Elenia's already in it. I need to, she's been busy, but I need to figure out.
Has she been shredding? Has she learned to shred yet?
Yeah, she's been shredding.
Have you learned to shred, Eleni? What is that?
What is that?
Is that cheese? Is that a bowl of shredded cheese?
Oh, gosh.
That's funny.
I know. I got to buy one. I was thinking either Stadium or Cortex. I have a lot of Line 6 people.
This has to be guitar equipment.
Yeah, what did you think it was?
What is a quad Cortex?
I don't know. We'll let them figure it out. Oh, you got one.
Did you buy a Line 6?
No.
Helix? No. What is that?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll focus on pianos.
What else you got on that board? Guitar. Looks like you got a couple other pedals.
Thing's a beast. Big Sky.
Yeah. Yep. Sick. I've heard mixed reviews on the Quad Cortex. Are you a super fan, or are you? I'm assuming you have it on your board, so. Okay. Did you get it right when it came out? Almost? Yeah. Sick. Okay. Sweet. Yeah, I'll have to check out the mini one. Yeah, I think that was a recent drop, right? Yeah. Okay. Sick.
Joey, if you could not talk about guitar.
I'm taking over this group. I'm taking over this.
Our community.
This is now a guitar group.
And keep the guitar talk into your community. That'd be great.
Hey, it's part of the music. It's part of the music industry.
Bro, that was a great call last week, though. Have you had any more luck with getting things set up and running? Got you. Oh, dang. Okay. Okay. Well, if you do have more questions this week, you can hit the community up, or quite honestly, like the next call too, we can jump back into it again. Like that's actually really helpful stuff. And for those of you that weren't on that call, we were walking through Meta Facebook ads for growing playlists and the whole strategy around that. And our goal is actually to start creating more of that stuff in the roadmap for you guys too. Should be coming pretty soon. But well, how many we got here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Cool. Do we have any updates for the gang before we jump in?
I think we announced the time course last week, but we can announce it again. Last week we recorded more bits of the roadmap. And if you scroll all the way to the bottom, it's all about time, concept of time, how to leverage it, how to compress it, how to get the most out of it so that you get the most output, whether it be content, music, whatever. And then today, we just spent another 3 hours recording the Spotify course in video format. So it's not up yet.
Time Freedom Framework is the one Joey was talking about. Mm-hmm. And then probably in a week, by next call, the How to Win at Spotify is going to have a video walkthrough of us for every section. So it'll pretty much be like a new course at that point that you can go through and get a lot more value, because I think most people probably actually enjoy like watching and hearing content and learning as opposed to reading. So hopefully that makes it a little bit easier for those of you that want that. One more thing. That whole Harmozy concept where we were talking about, man, if there's one thing that we could remove or that you wouldn't care if we removed, I figured we could bring that up and get some live feedback from you guys right now.
Yeah, so there were 2 questions. One of them was, if there was one thing that we could remove from this group, any feature, anything.
Or person.
Or person. That's
all in favor of removing Trace from this group. No, is that what you meant?
We vote people.
It turns into, what's the, you were voted off the island.
What is it?
Survivor. Yeah, it's Survivor. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, bringing it back.
Deleted.
If there was one thing that you would delete from the group, where it's like, I don't really get any value out of this, what would it be? And you're not going to hurt our feelings.
As long as you don't say Jason or Joey.
Yeah, you can't vote us off.
Oh, good. Okay. Amy appreciates the video recording walkthroughs. I think, Amy, I think most artists are in the same boat with you. I know I am, because a lot of the stuff that I learn and that I listen to, like I'll be doing dishes or like just on the go or walking and listening and learning, super helpful. So I think that'll help you out a lot.
So I'll ask you the second question. You guys might be able to.
Yeah, I totally just interrupted your question. I was
we were
reading the comments.
No, that was good with Amy. But the second question was, if we deleted everything about this group but kept one feature about the group, what would it be for you?
Meaning the thing that you think is giving you the most value.
What is giving you the most value that you look forward to?
Mm-hmm. Did you get that from the funding course?
Sweet.
Yes. Went through it. Did he give the perfect choreography to that?
Yeah,
As
I think he did,
I
yeah.
think that was spot on. Trace, how many times have you watched that recently? Okay. Dude, you want to know what's crazy though? In our recording today of the Spotify walkthrough, we referenced
It's not we.
Okay, I referenced the song. What is it? We're gonna bop, 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 bop to the top. Release the inhibition. Da-na-na.
Bop to the top.
Bop to the top. Yeah, that came up twice, and then you're bringing this up. What perfect timing? Because you haven't seen it yet. High School Musical, everybody. Okay, so you're saying the most valuable part is, well, I guess, okay. To summarize kind of what you're saying, draw it into what Joey was asking. So what you're realizing right now is like the funding, making sure that I know how to make money off of the stuff that I've already done, make sure all the collections are in place, and like start to put some of these ideas into motion of how do I make money outside of music as well? Have you been thinking through that concept as well? Because that's a big part of things as well. Have you landed on any thoughts around what resonates the most from that list that we offered? Cool. Huge.
So what you're saying is you got an underlying accountability aspect to it, maybe, just by being in part of the group.
Huge. Yeah. Cool.
Sweet.
That's huge, dude. Fantastic.
And then I think Aaron commented the Tuesday night calls was his.
Okay. The thing that you would get rid of?
No.
Nope. Okay. Not.
No.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't think we could ever get rid of the calls here. This is one of my favorite parts. And it. Oh, wow. Okay.
Sweet.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Our goal has to be to make it so Aaron never has 100%.
We just keep adding.
We
something.
just keep adding something new to the courses. Okay. Yeah, for those of you who don't know, Aaron is, I want to say in the chiropractic. Is it chiropractic? Physical therapist? Physical therapy.
He's gonna quit now.
He quit. Because oh wow.
Dang.
I don't think you've ever shared that actual title. That's way more in depth. Holy smokes.
What?
I'm out of my range here. This is perfect. Well, dude, thanks for sharing. And by the way, that's cool too that now you and Trace are connecting on your own time and meeting. Like, that is one huge part of this network that Joey and I really, really hope you all take advantage of, is the fact that there's so many other artists and personalities that are all doing a similar thing and growing and building. And some of us have different skills that you might need and you might have a skill that somebody else needs. So if you guys can be willing to just connect and jump on a call, even outside of the group, and just talk through stuff, there's so many ways to win. I mean, I think it was a few weeks ago that Eleni sent us a picture. It was like her and 3 other girls from this group all just on a call, dreaming up ideas and music. I think that's what you were doing, right? We'll see if she's... They're just talking trash. Just talking trash about the network. But that's huge.
What would we call that? An Anthem Network union? Are they unionizing against the network?
We have a list of demands that aren't being met.
Ashley, if you could, hey.
Just calling her out.
If you could delete everything about this school group and keep one thing.
People don't count.
Yeah, we can't kick people. Only features. If you could delete everything about this school group, everything that you can think about that we've been doing with the community posts and the roadmap and the courses and the calls or anything else, if there was one thing that you could keep that you find most valuable about this group and get rid of everything else, what would it be?
Huge. Huge.
It's awesome. Yeah, thank you.
Let me ask you this. This might even be more helpful for you guys, because kind of right now it's like there's really 3 parts here. There's these live calls, there's the roadmap that we're constantly just trying to add more and fill out. Like, we're not even halfway through, not even close, of what we actually want in there and like develop. Like, there's a lot to come yet. And then there's really like the recorded ride along calls at this point. So there's kind of just 3 core things. Our question is for you guys, because we've been talking about this week. Are there any problems that you're running into or facing that you wish we had a solution for, or that we dove more in depth into solutions around, or any other like offering or piece of value that you're like, oh man, this would be really cool in the group. I wish there was something around that. Because we quite honestly, guys, are building this as we go with you guys. And our goal is to hopefully answer your questions. And as you bring up problems that we might not even be thinking about, then we can actually start to solve them for you. So if anybody here has any thoughts or ideas for something that you're like, oh, this could be a cool addition to the network, drop it in the community, or just let us know right now. Feel free to chime in. Or forever hold your peace. So networking, really. Okay. Yeah. We can speak into that a little bit right now too, because man, over the past few years, we have tested out a lot of producers. The advantage that we had is we've been producing so much music that we usually always had like a project to spare of like, okay, we'd be willing to, try somebody out on this one that's new. I think the dilemma that you can get into being the solo artist though is like, these are the few songs that I'm like poured my heart into and like crafting. I want them to come out the way that I'm envisioning them. So I can get where that would have a little bit more pressure. I think our only solution there would be to encourage you to be willing to reach out to people. The amount of artists and producers and mixers and masters and people that we actually have DM'd just to hop on calls and see if there's a vibe, see if there's a fit. Like we've put in quite a bit of research when it comes to finding our team.
Our team of producers.
Yeah.
Honestly, we ask other people, like the artists. Like if we're collaborating with an artist, like for example, like the Eleni project, we found her producer, Chris, through that, because when we first were talking about a collab, like, and this is not just Eleni, but every artist we've worked with is usually our first ask is like, who do you use for production? Because obviously, if we're entering into a collaboration, that we already liked their sound before, so we were like, we usually go there first. And so again, it's the networking and asking people who they use. Every single person in this, most people, everybody is an artist in here and has their own stuff. And I'm sure one of you, or you guys know at least one producer that you'd recommend. Because the thing is, like, not every producer has the same vibe that you're looking for. Because the problem is, like, there are a lot of producers that could produce a great song, but it may not be the song that you want or what you're envisioning. And what helps is to have a lot of context, a lot of different producers to choose from. So that's one thing that we could definitely work on, is bringing in more producers into this network so you can get a vibe. Because the thing is, like, if you don't vibe with the producer as a person, you may not get the best song or the best product. Like, you have to have this kind of two-way street of trust.
Yeah. And one more thing is, what we will sometimes do is we'll go through Spotify, we'll click on a song, and we'll click the three dots and go down to the credentials section. And we'll look to see who the producer is on the track. And then we'll go look for him on Instagram and shoot him a DM. And most producers, if they are open to working with new artists and are looking for more business, will be more than happy to hop on a 15, 20-minute call just to talk and answer questions and figure out if something is a good fit or not. That's usually a pretty good way to gauge like if there is potential, because anyone that we like to work with, like you'll see this with TAC too, like we've hopped on so many calls with a lot of you guys and other artists. Like if the person isn't willing to hop on a call for 15 minutes, it might not, that might not be the fit from our experience. But somebody who is willing, you can just get a vibe check. That's huge. Have you tried that out at all? Um, mhm. Okay. That would be a great post for the community section, by the way, if you just this week maybe drop in like, hey, who are you guys using for production? Who do you recommend? And let's just get a conversation going. Everybody can start just dropping names in there and see if that helps. I cut somebody off. Who was jumping in? Okay, never mind. It's just a
We should do a course on that. How to articulate at least for artists who are not necessarily like trying to be producers themselves, but they need to know enough to be dangerous to say like, hey, like my vocal is over compressed here. Like I don't
like
I
the
think
lingo.
yeah, just like the basic like producer lingo, or like there's too much reverb on my vocal or on this thing. It sounds too ambient. Like just those different things would probably help articulate just across the board, even if you're not trying to be like your own producer per se.
That's actually great. Yeah.
So it's good.
Good shares, guys. This is great. Okay.
Yes.
Got you.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
And
Yep.
you've just described our exact worry and a real problem with the school platforms themselves, because I'm going to be honest, our roadmap, we're probably 10% of the way in of like stuff
Yeah.
that's actually like created. So the number one thing is overwhelm for people when they join a group and they see a ton of courses. The first impression is, oh my gosh, I'm never going to be able to get through this. Like, I don't know how I'm going to find the time to do this. So that is a really good suggestion, to have a little bit of an onboarding call, something to point them in the right direction to start first, because that's a thing that's on our minds as we look ahead, and we see our entire roadmap in our Google Doc of all the things that we want to cover. And I think probably 10% of it has been published at this point.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's endless.
There's a lot.
Yeah.
So that would be helpful.
And to be honest, we, as we've been learning as we go with this, we have been intermittently just kind of like in spurts doing short calls like that with members. So if you haven't gotten yours, like if we haven't done that for you and that's something that you would like, we can make that happen for you. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Well, I'll tell you what. Shoot me a DM, Amy, in the network, and I'll connect with you and line something up. We can hop on a call. And something that Joey and I was just talking to you about this tonight, actually, before we got on this. I would like to build something into the roadmap to help you guys understand where you're at in your artist journey, because there kind of are, if you wanted to separate them into like 3 different tiers. The first tier is really around education and really building an inner standing of how this industry works inside and out, and like what all the strategies are. And like there's a season where you honestly kind of just have to be a student and just absorb all this information. Once you kind of break through that and you can really speak the language and you feel like you've really absorbed everything that you need to, then there's a season of implementation. And that season, you can spend a lot of time there because there's a million different strategies across everything, whether we're talking music production and writing and releasing and just networking and the marketing and then the social media strategies and then the funnels and the emails and the merch and the revenue models and all this stuff. There's a lot there. And you can spend a long time, a lot in there. And then there's really this third season that we found is once you spend enough time in that middle season, you inevitably will find something that works for you, a model, traction, a combination of things that is your signature, right? Your signature career. And then the third level to this is really just learning how to scale that up and increase the output and increase the music and really kind of like what we call systematize things, get them operating more efficiently, kind of like a business, right? And what we've kind of been realizing is one of the trickiest parts for artists joining the group is identifying where they currently are and what the right next steps in this season are. Because everybody and their grandmother has a piece of advice to offer, especially in the music industry. Like everybody's like, you should be doing this. You should be doing that. Oh, no, you need to be doing this. And it's not that it's all wrong. It's just, it might be the right thing at the wrong time, which is the wrong thing, right? So you might be following great advice for somebody that's on tier 2, right? But you might be in tier 1 yet. Or tier 3 advice and you're in tier 2, right? So it doesn't really like match up. Does that kind of make sense? Does that resonate with any of you? So I'm thinking that might be something that we're going to want to add in early into the roadmap, just to kind of start to direct you guys and set expectations of like, listen, this is a lot, but the artist roadmap isn't built to be conquered in 6 months. It just isn't. It isn't even built to be conquered in a year, because it's ever growing and ever flowing, and we're just going to keep adding to it. The goal is that like, it's just a yellow brick road, you know, that you're just following at your own pace, and the resources are going to be there when you need access to it. That's kind of the idea. Exactly. Yeah. And that's really the dream roadmap for us, is because we went through music business school together, and I'll tell you what, we have a lot of conversations about this, but over half the stuff was outdated. And you know, you're sitting down in a publishing class reading out of a textbook that's like this thick from somebody that hasn't been doing it actively in a few years or whatever, and it's just the most boring thing ever, and there's like no real world application. It's just unmotivating, you know? So our goal is to not be that. Our goal is to always have an up-to-date thing that we're doing. Like, oh my goodness, our Spotify strategy. We have, for example, like, oh, we just locked in on a new social media strategy. Okay, we're going to update that, and we're going to add that.
And that's why we've been shying away from doing these ad courses, because Facebook seemingly every month, Meta every month, is like moving buttons around and renaming features. And like,
yeah,
the thing is, there's so much that goes into running Meta ads, to the point where it's like, oh yeah, if we showed you, oh yeah, click here, click here, click here, and then it'll boom, you're ready to go. And then like 2 months later, it's like they redo the user interface and everything. And it's like, it's that in itself is just a pain. And the same thing with Spotify. It's like Spotify, we're even looking at our algorithm for, it seems like, we were just talking, it seems like every February now, there's some like pretty massive update with the algorithm. What were you telling me earlier today?
Well, it's interesting because there was like, we'll say this, the bigger that you get on Spotify as an artist, little changes create very large changes, like very large results in your streaming numbers and such. So we can see these algorithms moving across all of our profiles and see when they must change something on the back end, because it usually triggers like a chain reaction across all of our brands at a similar time in different genres and everything. And there was another one in February. It's like they're tweaking the algorithm, and we're just kind of keeping our eyes out. Like, okay, it seems like they might now be favoring even more social media, constant posting and reach and traction, focusing more on, you know, credibility, making sure there are faces and stories and journeys and personalities attached to the brands, as opposed to maybe just a logo and you don't really like share much of the story with your fans. You know, starting to prioritize like the direct traffic ads. It kind of seems like they made a pivot with their algorithm again, and we're kind of going back to the on our end and starting to play around with like, okay, what's holding more priority now? It's like, what do we need to change to see if we can flip the algorithm again, right? Because to give you guys like some perspective, at our height a couple of years ago, Mass Anthem had like 2.7 million monthly listeners. Today we have 1 million. So that might sound like, oh, you still have monthly listeners. You're like, what are you complaining about? That's like a 60% haircut. And that's a haircut for revenue as well.
Did you say 60% or
more?
$60? We're not talking about haircuts, right?
A $60 haircut? That's got to be a good haircut. Is that what you spend on haircuts?
For women, that's nothing, dude.
Ladies, how much do you spend on a haircut? Like, be honest. Somebody be honest. I don't know. A lot of thumbs down here. Okay, we'll play a game here. Okay. More than 60?
More than 60.
Okay, more than 100.
Some places.
Actually?
Some places, yeah. I just derailed this whole thing.
Is this a music group or are we getting into cosmetology?
I mean, throw it in the roadmap.
Okay, Annie, answer me this. All of that. You're going to do a color,
Yes.
a cut, all this stuff. How much are you going to spend on a haircut? How much did you say?
She's got that Salt Lake City
$275
prices.
What is a ball? Oh, that's why Lenny's taking out these music loans. It all makes sense now. She's just funding her haircuts. It's for the tax deductible.
Do you like how we were talking about Spotify algorithm and like crickets, and then all we got to do is
bring in hair,
start talking
and
about
everybody's talking.
haircut prices. Everybody's in.
Glad you brought this up.
For Spotify, you're saying?
I think so. And I'm glad you brought this up because I forgot to talk about this. Every platform that releases a new feature, they always reward the first movers. Every time. You remember when IG Reels just got launched? And what do they do to incentivize everybody, to get everybody super excited? They let the first people get tons of traffic and like things just really start growing for them. And then everybody follows the lead. I think it's the same with Spotify too. And you will notice Spotify is slowly moving more into like a social media music platform where I don't know if you guys have seen how many larger artists, like Lenny was saying, label-backed artists are starting to upload music videos that you can watch. And we were just talking with our distributor last week about that because we want to start testing that and uploading that, playing that game and just making sure, for example, like, okay, does every release have a canvas and have a clip? Every release. And it's a little bit more work, but if you're doing this social media thing, like Lenny, like you are, you already have all of the social media
assets,
the assets create assets, the assets. I think I was saying the assets. That's like my accent, like kind of like how you do your accent, so Lenny. I'm not swearing. It wasn't. What was I saying? You already have the assets created. So it's really just a matter of taking a little tiny clip and uploading it or sending it to us and we can upload it. But for the rest of you too, it's just like take the clip that seems to resonate with everybody. But I would be prioritizing clips, canvas, and if you can find a way to do it, the official music video upload.
Did Eleni just do the equivalent of, hey, teacher, you forgot to give us homework? Have you ever heard that? Have you ever had a kid in your class that was always like the teacher actually forgot
What's
to
our
give...
assignment?
What was our assignment? And
then
everybody's
everybody
like,
boos her.
oh.
You're that kid right now? Mm-hmm.
Wrapped.
Yeah, the Wrapped. Yeah. Do you know what the difference is with the clips and the canvas? Yep. Yeah. And I'm actually glad you brought this up. You should send us for the songs that are out so far for our collaborations, because we do need to catch up on those. Your favorite clip. How long can those be again? Do you know, Joe? Yeah. Pick the most popular ones from Instagram, and then we'll make those the uploads. 60 seconds? Oh, okay. Fantastic. Yeah, so we'll be talking about that, and if you guys want, we can kind of keep you up to date in the community with some posts as well as this kind of unfolds. But I think the safe answer is if Spotify gives access to a new feature, use it. Especially if it's content related right now. Any other thoughts or questions around that from anybody? Because that's an important one. Have any of the other platforms been making any moves like that? Has Apple been pushing harder than normal on content, or Amazon?
Apple's been doing like moving album artwork and moving like when you go to their artist page, what is that? The banner like moves. I thought I saw on like Charlie Puth's or whatever the other day, but I think that's a distributor thing. Like only your distributor gets access to stuff like that right now on Apple.
Okay.
Let me see if I can find it.
While he's looking for that, can you pull up the comments section one more time? I think I have to roast Annie for calling me sarcastic. Annie, I think you were voted off the island. I think it wasn't my sarcasm that was voted. I think you got voted off the island. She's just thumbs upping.
Yeah, you can show them that.
Oh.
It's kind of dope. It's
what?
Like a music video, but not.
Oh, that slaps.
It's kind of cool.
Is this his song with Mr. Saxophone Player?
Kenny G?
Is this the one with Kenny?
I don't know.
Just melting everybody's
Here it is.
faces with a saxophone solo.
No, you can't hear it. I wanted to see if his album art would move, but maybe that's only on the phone. So,
anyways, any other thoughts on that? If not, actually jump in. What were you saying?
definitely looks like it's more common.
It is becoming more common.
Who just did that? There was a big artist that just dropped. I can't
There's
remember.
a lot of Tuesday releases that I've seen. And it technically is fine. Because we did that a few times last year when we were releasing like all the Biblify singles during the week.
Was it Laney? It was Laney.
It's almost like the noise is getting too loud on Thursday nights with all the releases, so people are just picking different days.
Didn't we accidentally drop a song like early in the week one time, but it still got picked up for like
the release radar?
Like normal, release radar on Friday and stuff. It just considers everything during that week.
The editorials just won't add or consider it until Friday, like they typically do.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, if you want to test that out, go for it. Yeah, try Tuesday. So for anybody else that might have popped in here a little bit late, we were asking the group if they had any ideas about something that they wish was offered in the network that they, have a problem that they're running into. Maybe it's education on a specific thing or whatever. We're just trying to get a gauge on how we're doing here, offering solutions for you guys. And if there's anything else that you're looking for. Yeah.
Hey. I'm actually not.
She watched the course.
She watched the course.
You know how many inside jokes we're going to have with you guys based on some of those?
Did we give her a gold star for that?
How many gold stars?
She has a lot of gold stars.
She's already got 2 gold stars. You just did it. We can't really go back at this point.
Fine. Gold star. You found a hidden gem in one of our courses.
All right. You won't know
You'll
until
never
we
know.
disclose it.
I forgot about that. You made it. Was what did we say?
She's got 3 gold
we
stars.
talked about putting out fires, and then you said that I'm a fireman on weekends.
I made a joke about you being a fireman. Yeah. Wow. Gold star. Nice
Gold
work.
star.
You guys think we're joking, but we are actually tracking these, and it's going to be really funny one day when we share what these are worth, and everybody's going to be like, "What? How do I get one?" And Annie's going to be like, "I have 100." Fantastic. That's Canadian for lower level, everybody. Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's Canadian for taught, everybody. It's so interesting that you guys have your own language, though, because you're really not that far away, but yeah.
Eh?
Eh? No, thank you. Thank you for sharing that, Lenny.
Yeah.
I think you should make sure that you put A pretty much after everything that you sing in the songs, in the tracks. God like you, A. No, that was great. Thank you for sharing that. Really. Again, guys, to highlight it, the roadmap isn't going to be something that you have to tackle all at once. Some of it might be information that is not quite relevant yet. It might be a few steps ahead where you're like, that's really good, but I'm not ready to like jump in and scale and set up my social media yet. So I might not hit social media right now, I might focus in on my Spotify strategies, and I might focus on trying to grow some playlists or, set up some new strategies for my production team, or maybe I'm going to focus on ways to create more revenue outside of my music or claiming all my music. Like it's quite literally endless. So yeah, don't feel like you have to look at the roadmap and be like, I need to conquer this yesterday. It's going to stress you out. And then you will have less fun.
So kind of what we're looking ahead to as we build this roadmap is obviously we need to fill it out. Like I said, we got like 10, 15% already in there. But it's kind of cool that you guys are already saying, like, just by being a part of the group, there is a level of accountability and like at least excites you to keep going and like trying new things with your content or whatever. But there's one thing that is left out right now, and that is accountability with us. So the goal at some point is to have a higher level option accountability for you guys, to where if you guys want to, a lot of the stuff that we have right now is just setup process. If we wanted to just
like move at your own pace type stuff.
Yeah, like kind of move at your own pace. But what we're envisioning is in the future, there will be another tier that will help speed round you guys through a lot of this setup process so that you can just get it done, get it over with in like 8 weeks.
Our thought process as we're dreaming this up was calling it some sort of a boot camp. Did we get a comment here? Oh, good. We're motivating. Thanks, Annie. This boot camp process, because like you were saying, this roadmap, it's like designed for you to work at your own pace, but it's like you could literally, once this thing is fully developed, you can spend years in this roadmap because it's always being updated, which is awesome. But there might be some of you and newer members that come in that might be like, that's great, but like I see it all now and I know that I need to address this all and like do all of this stuff. I just want accountability to get it done in like 2 months. Just like cruise through it, dedicate myself for 2 months, and then the baseline stuff is set up, and then I can take my foot off the gas a little bit. So this is an idea that we've kind of been playing around with, this concept of like, okay, once the roadmap is built out, we could potentially find a way to build another course that is like that, condensed into a very short amount of time frame for those of you that are crazy enough like us to be like, all right, that's it. I'm lowering my shoulder. I'm going all in on this thing for this period of time, this short season, just to get it out of the way. Is that something you guys would ever have an interest in? Just curious. There's no right or wrong answer here. Yes or no. You can give a thumbs up or a thumbs down.
You can say yes or no. It's not even close to being ready.
Yep. You can tell us you hate the idea. We're looking for honest feedback.
Just an idea.
They win it back.
She just described a win your money back offer. Good job, Annie.
Were you about to give her a gold star?
Let's give her another. No, I'm not.
I think we can give away 2 gold stars.
No, we can't give away 2. No.
In one. Oh, Annie, you're doing great. That would have been wild. 2 gold stars.
That would be what she just described is a win your money back offer. This is a money model. So basically have them jump through the hoops. They spend a couple $1,000s up front. And if they show up every week and they do all their things, they could win their money back. Smart.
It's a great move. It's true.
Yep. And that would be the first move.
Or it could become a donation to the Anthem team's In-N-Out burger.
In-N-Out budget. I like that.
Because one just moved from California. It's about 20 minutes away from us. And we went to it last week and realized this is dangerous.
Wait, how many patties did you get?
Guys, how many patties do you think that you can get on an In-N-Out burger? What do you think the max is?
He asked them what the max was.
I asked what the max was. Guess how many? Just take a guess. How many fingers are you holding up, Ashley? I got 4. And it was so big, I could barely like.
This guy is a social eater.
I don't.
You go from being on juice cleanses and like just, you know what? I'm on a 6-day fast. It's fine.
Yep.
And then whenever we're like, you want to go get ice cream? You want to go get In-N-Out? You're like, yes. And then you get like, what's the max I can get? I'm like,
it's cheat day. You got to go all in for cheat day.
oh man.
See, Timmy said the four patty one is normal.
Okay.
See, thank you, Timmy.
You are seen. Yeah, it's basically just water at this point.
That's smart. You're just jealous.
Somebody was just telling me about Cookout last night.
I don't know Cookout.
Cookout, I don't know if it's definitely a Southern thing. I didn't discover Cookout. Let's see this. Yeah.
When are you in Nashville?
Oh, you gotta go to Waffle House.
Okay. I thought you were saying, yeah, I'm frequently in Nashville. I've just never reached out to the Anthem guys.
She didn't show up and come on the show. No.
We have a spot for you. Okay. For the record, if any of you are ever in the area and you want to join us for a call, hit us up. We have a spare seat.
It's tucked away right now.
All right, so In-N-Out. that's where we were. Where were we before that? Jared, we were talking about this whole concept of like win your money back from an advanced like boot camp.
Speed round.
Yeah. So it seems like some people would be open to that. What you got, Ashley?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you hit on a exact point that we're at right now with the roadmap. It would be interesting, anybody who would like to share right now, what does it look like to be successful in music? If you would just tell us what you think it is. What does success look like? We all say it.
Like we want to be successful.
Or say what is success to you in music? Because obviously we're all here to be successful in some way with our music.
That's a lot of jobs. Going full time from your music. Did you see in that funding course for however much you made it through, did you see how many of those things that Joey and I were balancing at once as we were grinding up to where we are now? I feel you. It can be a lot of stuff. Yep. I would consider success getting to focus on the thing that you love the most, really. And to be able to do that, financially covered. We got some comments here. Yeah, creative freedom.
Return on investment, able to spend way more time with kids. Dedicated, monetized fan base, actively mentoring, living in the USA.
Yeah. Sell the house. Sell the house. Hey, I have an empty unit in my apartment above me. They just moved out, so you guys can move right in.
Oh, the really loud ones?
The really loud ones. They finally moved out. And I'm going to be honest. Even worse. It's just a Lenny doing her voices at like 1 a.m. Her accents.
Her impressions.
Yep.
She's in the vent.
You're dropped. We're dropping you. Stop talking to me. Circling back. Got off track a little bit. Were there more comments besides hers? Those are fire, by the way. Consistently putting out music and maybe getting paid for it. Absolutely. Yep. I want to go through hers. Spend one more time with kids. Dedicated, monetized fan base. That's very specific. Tell me more about that, Eleni. You talking school? $1,000.
Yeah. Here's where I'm going with this. Gio, can you share my screen, please? So this is in the time framework course. And in the course, this is something separate. We talk about just having the ability to say no to things. And it's all pre-recorded and stuff. So you can go back and watch that. But one of the things I'm talking about in terms of defining success, and this is the crossroads that we're at with our roadmap, because we can show you how to set up everything. We can show you what's possible, but success is going to be different for each of you. And so the goal here is to help you guys define what success actually means to you in music, because a lot of people say that they want to be successful in music, but it could look like very different situations depending on the person. So for example, here are some examples of what I mean for musicians. Some people love touring 24/7, like absolutely love it. But other people's cannot stand the idea of like being away from family and living out of buses or hotels or vans or doing that whole thing.
Some people have sheepdogs.
Some people have
That makes touring difficult.
sheepdogs. For example, we know somebody, an artist that lives in Cancun. She's American, lives in Cancun, on a beach, 500,000 monthly listeners,
Just chilling.
just chilling off of her own cover music.
Good friend of mine. It is possible, guys.
She made mainstream cover music, and she's getting 500,000 monthly listeners, and she can live on the beach in Mexico. That is her.
Go look her up. Her name is Bailey Rushlow.
Yeah.
She used to live here in Nashville as
I wonder
well.
where she's at right now as far as
She's in
listeners.
Mexico now.
The last time we talked to her, she was,
She's probably still around there.
yeah.
And that was what she wanted. When
Right.
435. Yeah, right around there. Usually when I reconnect with her once every like 2 years, it feels like we just kind of catch up with everything. But that's her goal, right? She does not care about scaling any crazier at this point. She's happy with that. Joey and I, we always have this vision, this goal of like, we get pretty wild with our dreams and our goals and scaling. It's like that isn't always meant for everybody, because sometimes you sacrifice a little bit of peace to get to some of those goals, and sometimes, hey, it's like I'll take this level of success and a whole lot of peace. That's perfect for me. And that might be where a lot of you are at. What's this new comment? Success for me is having all the visions in my head created in the real world. Don't care about the numbers per se, but to have the motivation and resources to create everything I've ever wanted to would be success to me. That's from Annie. That's great. That's a good one.
Sweet.
Spot on.
Some other examples. Some people love writing. They love the writing process. They love everything about it. Others despise the writing process and they find it difficult and would rather have people that love writing pitch them songs, and they just want to be essentially the singer and be the artist. Some people want to be stay-at-home parents and just rake in money off the royalties, not have to tour, not have to do anything other than writing the music, recording it, and putting it out there. Some people are influencers that we know that have the ability to sing and even write, but their strengths and their passion is to be on social media. And the music is just kind of a fun little side thing. But primarily, they make most of their income from being a social media influencer in the way that they do it. And then they can make a little bit off of streaming as well. So in the business world, people call it their 10-year plan. That's so boring. It's like you guys probably tuned out when
Snooze
I said
fast
10-year plan. So don't freak out. We're calling it the happily ever after. If you think about, I don't know why I thought of Shrek.
I did too just
like
now.
The
yeah.
happily ever after with the whole the book.
Yeah.
The whole point of this
That
exercise
was
is
a
like
great series.
Oh yeah.
Oh my, underrated.
So the whole point of this is for you to define whatever that happily ever after looks like for you. And then once you kind of can picture that generally in your mind of what would be the coolest thing ever having to do with your music, then you can start backing it up and bring it all the way back to really the beginning of this whole setup process. So you can set it up in the right direction that you want to go. Obviously, things can change, goals can change, but you can start aiming in a certain direction, because a lot of people just say, oh, I want to be successful in music. But it's like, what does that mean?
There's a million ways to do that.
It could be a number for you. It could not.
Yeah.
It could just be a phase of life that you're aiming for. So it's important to define that.
Any other people want to share what success looks like for them? Mm-hmm.
It's great.
And getting, and kind of like you're saying too, it's kind of difficult to like maybe put a finish line on that of like a goal to achieve, but that's starting to be a byproduct of growing all the other things and doing all the other things, and you slowly start to get a few more DMs like that, a few more stories like that. Like, to me, that's going to be a byproduct of the other stuff that we're doing if it all starts working out. Yeah. No, I get what you mean with that, Ashley, because I have two sides to me. There's an artist and then there's the business side. And if I go too hard on just the business sometimes, I can feel this craving for like, man, I want to make more of a personal impact and connection with people. And I'm zoned in on numbers and marketing and song performance and budgets, and it's kind of soul sucking. But to be able to find a balance between those two things, like this is why I personally really enjoy the network, because it's finally a give back opportunity. Yes, it's rooted in like service and, you know, like you guys are paying to be in the network, yes, but at least it's something where we can show up and get that feeling like you're talking about of like, we're making an impact. Like tonight, it's so cool to hear you guys talking about all the things that are working for this group and like the difference that it's already helping you guys to move through your careers. Like that's the equivalent to us of what you just said. And that feels really good. So my hope for you guys is to maybe even be able to find a balance as artists with this, is to be able to kind of shift your mind into half, okay, business world, I'm an artist. I do need to figure out some of this stuff, get my career figured out so that I can do more of the stuff that really fulfills me. If that makes sense. Do we have another comment here? Oh, two. What we got? You want to read them? I think there's two. The last two?
Yeah, I think we left off with Patricia. So, success for me is serving in my local church as a music director, singer, performing for weekly masses, memorials, weddings, and releasing my original songs is a bonus, leading others to know the Lord. Oh, the camera was on Jason.
What do you want from me?
Yeah, that's great. And then Jared said, success looks like sharing music that means a lot to me, helps encourage others, and live decently, financially speaking, to support a future family. No Teslas or mansions needed.
I like it. But the Teslas can be fun.
I will say the Teslas are not as expensive as you think.
They got a lot more affordable. Yeah. And
to put it in perspective, a Prius is
more expensive.
More money than a used Tesla. It was either the Tesla or a Prius.
And it can drive itself.
Or a Toyota Corolla. They're all the same.
Yeah, these are great.
Yeah.
So maybe there's a way in the first part of the roadmap where we could do a course that, you know, maybe we start to get a little more dialed in on helping everybody lock in on what success is for them. Just get clear on that.
At least, making you think a little bit, because a lot of us start this whole music journey not because we want to make money. It's like we want to have the freedom to be creative. I mean, that's really kind of, if you boil it down. And so all of the business stuff that we talk about is to mainly be a tool for you to help you really get to that point, because without the more of the business stuff, you can't necessarily get to that next level of really getting some of that freedom with your time or whatever, your finances to pay for production or whatever. Like it all has to kind of work together a little bit for you to achieve that.
It's a bit of a conundrum, because you're like, I have to do this thing if I want to be able to do the thing that I really love. But that's kind of just life. Hopefully we can make it more enjoyable, though. Help take away some of the speed bumps. What I wanted to circle back to quick. So Lenny, you talking about like your fully monetized like fan base and everything. I'm catching you eating right now. My apologies. Quick, say whatever you were going to say with a full mouth. So you launched your school community officially, which is cool. And again, as we are talking about this meaning of success, to me, school is still incorporating so much of this stuff at once, because it's incorporating a way to get funding, to fund your music and to live off of. And it's still incorporating the personal connections and giving more value to the fans of your music that are closest to you and the people that are actively looking for your services to change their lives or your message to change their lives. It's all wrapped into one. And this is why this concept of, as an artist, starting a school community for fans, it still just feels like one of the perfect pieces to the puzzle. And we're still going to keep going through the process of helping you guys like grow this and work through this. But it's cool to see Lenny launch hers, I think, last week. Do you actually have 3 people in it already? Because you count as a third. Awesome. Who'd you get? All right.
Nice.
Fantastic. Heck yeah. And guys, that might be where it starts, right? You kind of have to start with your inner circle of people and branch out. For us with the network, when we started ours, we basically, if you noticed, most of you that are in this group, we've known for years. So before like offering this to everybody and starting with the big circle, we started with our inner circle and like, okay, let's reach out to the people that we already have relationships with and have worked with and that we have trust with. And let's see if they're interested in. So that's probably where you're going to, we're going to be in for a little bit of Lenny is like, okay, I've offered it to some of my friends. Who in my community can I offer this to now? Is there anybody at the church that would be open to this? Have people in my past asked me, how can I support you with your music? Hey, how can I know more about like what you're doing with your music? Or people that want more behind the scenes stuff. Now you kind of just start creating a list of, hey guys, like this is a way you can support me and I can give back to you and we can like kind of do this journey together. I don't know if you've thought about that next step yet, like who those people could be. Mhm. Yep. Yep. Have you posted about it? Have you done your first live event, your live worship night yet? Did you record it?
How come I don't?
But did you record it so you could post it as a replay? Okay. But it is about you.
Eleni, how come I don't see your group when I click on your school profile? Usually you could see all the groups.
You can always switch the email.
You
though,
can
can't
you can
You
transfer
the email.
ownership.
Yeah, to this profile.
Yeah, because what happened was when we started the Anthem network, I was just messing around with school. And I was like, could school be the platform for the Anthem network? And then I realized I accidentally started it with my personal when the Anthem code should have had its own. And so what I did was I was able to transfer it to just a faceless, the Anthem Co account. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. Geo's us. Do you know what I think though? What's stopping you from double posting?
I was going to say, like,
Just double post.
What a lot of school users do is they play the reply rush method with their school.
That whole game that we're teaching you with reply this
With
word
all the
if you
automations
want.
where it's like, comment this and I'll send you.
You can
this.
do that for your school group too.
You have a pretty large following at this point to where you just have to unlock and figure out what do people actually want. Like what are people going to resonate with? So you have to kind of figure out what your copy is going to look like on your, first of all, your posts. And this is something that I was offering in the group as well. Your landing page, when people go to your about page, I was trying to figure out your
Can you get my screen?
I was trying to figure out what your school group was. Is it in there? Oh yeah, go to her school group. I recently
Look at that. She looks familiar.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't think it's at all that people don't want to support you. I don't think it's that. No,
it's not that at all. Do you know how many artists, Lenny? Do you know how many artists make so much money from Kickstarters? Did you achieve your Kickstarter 2 years ago? Did it work? How much? How much did it bring in? Okay. But think about that. In 2 months, right? You were able to generate that type of income. People clearly want to support you.
So I just had a call with Alicia and her group, and that page that we were looking at, your about page is like your most important page for getting people to convert to it. And so us and a lot of other people on school like obsess over everything about that page, like making sure that it's optimized. So I'll show you Alicia's group. And it looks like she's already implemented some of the stuff that we talked about. So what we notice
Great photo, by the way. They upgraded that.
Yeah,
you talked with her about
I told
that,
them
yeah?
about a lot of the bigger,
Huge.
like the big school groups on the Discovery have like a cutout of them with a very simple slide. So that's what people will see.
Show them our new update for ours for the Anthem Network.
Yeah. So this is what
The top right.
This top right
Yeah.
is what shows up in the Discovery. So people will be able to see that.
And
then
making our pitch, yeah. And then-
basically what I told them was obviously you want to have a video of you talking about a little bit about your story and what the group is about and like why it's there. This for us, Jason just recorded, this is a credibility statement. For you, it's a little different. For you, your credibility is like your ability to lead worship and sing.
So for us,
your audience.
For us, that credibility right there, by the way, is me walking you guys through a screen recording, showing you, hey, here's what our Bandmass Anthem has for monthly listeners. Here's what Anthem Worship's done. Like, here's proof from the last 6 years that what we're saying we can do for you guys and help you guys do, that we're walking the talk.
And the thing is, like, we need to have as much of that proof as possible. But if you're just making a group for your fans who already like you on social media, it's just a matter of getting them over to your school group.
And I don't think the proof is what you think it needs to be. Like for us, the proof is numbers, because we're running
we have to
this
have
is a
that.
services network, right? You guys need to know that we're legit and doing what we say that we're doing. For you as an artist, Delaney, I don't think it's that. I think it's who you are. It's your story. It's your heart. It's your journey. I think that's what you lead with. Having a landing page is like, listen, here I am. My name's Delaney. Listen, I do music, and everybody's like, I have all these followers, but I'm real. I'm down to earth, just like the rest of you. There's a side of me, like I love, like this is my personality. I've got a funny humor, sense of humor. This is my heart. This is what I'm wanting to do with this community. This is the impact. Paint the picture for them, right? This is the vision that I have for my career, the impact that I want to have on people. And you guys are able to play a small role in that because you support me with this subscription. And in the process, I'm going to give you guys an opportunity to get involved where other people can't, to get to know me in a way other people can't, to like have our own night of weekly or bi-weekly worships sessions and, you know, prayer groups or devotionals or whatever you want to do there. I'm telling you, you can easily get thousands of people to do that. Now, I say easily. Is it necessarily easy as in, oh, I just snapped my fingers and it happened? No. But I don't see a world where that's impossible at all.
It does take a lot of time to like get this stuff set up. So a lot of you guys have probably gotten a DM from me in the last 6 months just asking what your honest feedback about the group was. And that was for this. This is what a lot of people do with their school group is they get feedback from their community and then they highlight the best parts about the group. And it gives people real life proof of people who are on the other side of what they're walking into. Again, in the music industry, there are a lot of shady people. So we have to shove as much proof as we can at the front end. Whereas being an artist, maybe not so much. You don't need as much proof and credibility to get people to want to do this. Because in the music space, everybody's asking, why should I trust you? Because I've been burned in the past. Mm-hmm. So, but as an artist, you just want to make sure that you're filling this out. Even getting feedback from people who attend your worship events or like what their experience is like, it's all super organic with what they say. So you can take almost anything that they say and highlight that just to get real-time proof. So, and then obviously this is really important. This about section.
Yes.
We've probably changed this about section how many times?
Guys, you don't even know. Last 2 nights ago, I think I spent like 2.5 hours on that. Just with me writing it up and then going back and forth with ChatGPT of like, can it be better? And then after an hour and a half, it's like, yep, it can be better, but we're 500 characters over the limit. So now we have to go remove stuff. But that is your land, like that's your sales page. That's where you, yeah, here's a great example.
Here's a different look. This is my group.
Oh, that's a cool shot, dude. I like that.
Yeah. So I photoshopped it a little bit, show them what's on the other side. So I know Ashley was talking about this, about doing some like potential like devotionals and stuff or material. This is where you would probably put that in your classroom. Something like that people can come back to. And then obviously there's the credibility of people who are on the inside of the group. So super simple. The whole point of this is to get this set up to where even somebody who doesn't know you personally yet can get a vibe for who you are if they've never stepped foot, even on your social media. You want to capture a lot of that in video, your story, everything on this whole page. So that's it.
But, Eleni, I would.
There's a but.
I'm leading with like the worst.
Gosh.
I love a good
yeah.
I love a good Nemo reference. Would you agree Finding Nemo 2 wasn't as good as Finding Nemo 1?
Finding Dory.
Or was it the first one's always the best. Anyways. I remember being in 5th grade going to the theater. That is ingrained in my head watching that movie. Not the point of this conversation. The point of this conversation, I do think you need to start posting the doubles. So keep what you're doing that is growing your channel. Keep that going. These real, like the music-based, hey, comment this, I'll send you the pre-save link. Keep doing that. Doubles aren't going to hurt you. If anything, they're just adding momentum, adding another piece of the pie, and it's not blocking anything that we're trying to do with the algorithm or with the album push. I would just start doing that if I were you. Stories and double posts. Why the heck not? Set up a reply this if you want a personal worship experience with me every 2 weeks and you want to support my music. Like, you can just start trying different ways to say what you're doing in a way that brings value to them. It's like, so even, can you give me my screen a sec? Even the about page right here, join Eleni's living room. It's like, I like that. But my question is somebody who like is a worship music fan or wants to like get to know your music, is there a better way to say that is even like, because right now, I guess it's not hinting at any value for them. It's inviting them into something, but they might be like, I don't know what that is.
I would tweak it to make it like whatever your core focus is of the group. If it's
right now,
if it's live worship hangouts or whatever you're calling it, like call it that, because people are like, oh yeah, I know exactly what that is. Like, I'd love to see her live. So maybe just tweaking that.
That's what I would do.
To improve your click-through rate is what the marketers call it.
So always just keep putting yourself in the shoes of the people that you're inviting in. does this make sense? If I land on this, will I know what this is and necessarily want to click on it? As I have a million things going on in my life and all this stuff happening, and I'm like just kind of on social media multitasking as I'm doing other stuff, will that make sense?
So, sorry, we just have a lot of PTSD with what's a mass anthem? The amount of times people, what is a mass anthem? Where did you get it? Like,
Stop it.
but
Trauma.
are you guys, yeah. So as clear as you can be is just going to help people.
And listen, we've been playing this game for 6 years. Even when we started the company and started offering marketing services, if you knew the amount of hours that we spent creating landing pages, realizing nobody cared, reworking them again over and over and over and over for years, to the point where finally it's like, oh, I think we finally know what they want, and we can phrase it in a way. It's like we're still doing the same thing. We're just phrasing it in a way that it makes sense for them. They can comprehend the value immediately.
Even we were working on our school thumbnail last week where we know people are like, what's an Anthem network? That could be anything, like any industry, whatever. And so we made sure to make our thumbnail say something about music.
Grow your music.
Your music.
It's like,
So
okay. That's what we're doing here. We're growing our music.
They see the word music and it's like, okay, it's in the music space somewhere. But before it was just the Anthem network. It could be anything. It could be something even more boring, like business suit men.
And I guess we could have made it like music, music for artists, music academy, or like we could have done that like super on the head with it. But we liked the term the Anthem network.
I'm willing to sit with it and have it become its own brand over time. But
anyways,
we have a comment.
Yes.
Insurance.
You want to talk about the insurance industry? Mm-hmm. Yep. You haven't hijacked it. I don't think you realize that we kind of like push this conversation on you. It just happens in a flow, in a way where it feels like you might be hijacking it, but we're definitely pushing this. So you're not hijacking anything. What was this comment? Oh, the whole OBS setup, all that. Yeah.
Didn't you say you have an ATEM, right? Oh, I thought you had an ATEM switcher. Yeah. I'd recommend getting that because that's what we use to, because we're technically live on YouTube and school right now. But that's literally, it just combines everything and you can connect it. We can talk about it at some other point, but yeah. Yeah.
And then give me my screen one more time. And I already sent you a text about this, but this is a good point to make too. Instead of coming soon, I would write pre-save now, right? Because it's it's you're calling them to take an action as opposed to just saying, FYI, it's coming soon. There's like this subconscious reaction that they have to something when you call them to an action. Pre-save now. Hmm?
It doesn't look like a button. Like the coming soon. It doesn't look like people can click on it. So I think that's like.
Oh, you don't think it looks like a button? Is that what you're saying? Is it because there's not a picture in it?
What? Yeah.
Maybe put your cover art right there for the album art.
I think what she's saying is the language doesn't make it look like a button.
Yeah. Pre-save.
This is another little marketing thing, and just about clarity is like, just tell people what to do. Just like plant the seed in their brain. Pre-save. Like what's the action that you want them to do? Because people will inevitably do it. Or it's like, click the link.
You just learned this. Comment this word. That's all the description.
Yeah,
comment this word.
Like just
comment
the fact
this
that
word.
like with the reply rush stuff, the fact that you just tell people to comment a word, like it's almost inviting people to just take action instead of having to come up with their own comment.
Comment the word. Comment the word.
Same word. Yeah.
Guys, this was a great call. Did you guys feel like you got any value out of this one? Only one thumbs up. Everybody else hated it. Fantastic. Well, reminder, if there is anything that you can think of that you're like, man, I couldn't think of anything on the call, but I wish the network was offering this or XYZ, whatever, shoot us a DM in school. And yeah, reminder this week as you're going through everything, if you have questions, if you're running into stuff, if you, for example, like Ashley, want to know, hey, who are you guys using for producers? What's that whole process look like? Make a post. Let's start a conversation. And was there one more question in there?
Yeah, Aaron wants us to do Facebook ads.
Yeah, no, actually that needs to happen. I've got a list of like 15 different course things that I'm starting to check off and get to. So I think we can do that. This week you're gonna see the Spotify section has a bunch of videos added to it now. So that's the first update to the Spotify section. And then touring.
Oh my gosh.
Where was the one that you were working on for touring?
Oh, I've been setting up the whole school platform. Like setting up everything.
This is slacking over here, guys. Come on. And while we're doing all of this, we are also on the back end learning a completely new ad strategy to try to grow the network and run ads and everything. So there's a lot of things that we're juggling right now, but we will continue to develop the curriculum for you guys. So we appreciate you all. We're glad you're here. Reminder, invite any friends you think will get value out of this with your affiliate link. Yeah.
Cool.
Hopefully you got more value than the time you spent tonight.
Cool. Thanks, guys.
We'll catch you next week.